Hello, host Eric here. Good morning, and welcome to Talking with Famous People. This morning, I want to talk about music, pictures, and the backwards INFJ ENTP. So, one thing that annoys me is that it doesn't line up. It doesn't line up all the time like I want it to. So, what I would like it to be is that ENTPs are auditory and INFJs are visual. And INFJs are good at making visual arts, and ENTPs are good at making audio arts. But it's not like that because there are these backwards ones that annoy me by being backwards. Look, introverted intuition should be aligned with visual stuff and image and light, not with sound. And the reason it should be like that is because introverted intuition is non-duration intuition, and extroverted intuition is duration intuition. In other words, when you have introverted intuition, it just comes to you all of a sudden, in one fell swoop. Extroverted intuition is a pathway, a series of steps that you can follow and make sense. Compton's going insane out there. I don't know what the hell he's doing. She's running around in circles. Just running for the sheer joy of it, running back and forth. Anyhow, yeah. So if you think about light and sound, you realize that if you look at a picture, you see it all at once, because it's really big. And you don't have to go, okay, well, let's see. There's a microphone over there I see now, and then behind Eric there's a TWFP, and then his shirts. You don't have to look at things one at a time. You just look at the whole picture. And that is the same thing as introverted intuition. All the pieces are there in front of you, and it all just coalesces at once. It's supersaturation, where the liquid is chock full of little particles of sugar or whatever, but you don't see a single one of them because they're all dissolved. Then you put one little grain more of sugar, and they all fall out of the water. That's introverted intuition. Extroverted intuition is, it doesn't dissolve. It never dissolves, so it just stays undissolved. Anyway, but I know I've met two visual ENTPs, and I know one INFJ, and he's a musical genius, and his introverted intuition is about music, and he somehow receives melodies complete without duration. I'm not sure how that would even work, but he tells me to know in certain terms that songs come to him all at once. I believe it. His songs are true. They're insanely true. You can't change anything about it remotely and have it be anything but worse. In terms of the song, not necessarily in terms of the production or stuff like that, not all of his lyrics are perfect, but the melody and the chords, they're true, they're eternal. Like the song White Christmas or something. Try to imagine the time before White Christmas existed, right? Nobody had written it. The song didn't exist yet. But it's hard to imagine that now, because we can all just start hearing it in our heads, It's such a stalwart staple of our holiday lives. We understand it as an entity, an object, a time object, which it is. Now, when we look at visual arts, we can see that most great artists have probably been introverted intuitors. There have been exceptions. I mean, I'm not really a big visual arts person. I like them. I like to look at stuff. But I have weak eyes. My aesthetics in terms of visuals are poor. I mean, I like them. But other people would say, Eric, you don't put those colors like that. It just glare. It just looks awful. Or something like that. I don't know. I like clashy stuff that makes my eyes wake up a little bit. Because I'm not attuned to subtleties in visuals. When I make an image, and I make a lot of images, it could be this or that or the other way. I don't know, make like 4 or 5 versions of it. I don't know. None of them is more bright than the other one. I can't tell which one's better. I sort of go with my gut as to when I don't like something. Same thing I used to use the extroverted intuition way. The extroverted intuition way is elimination of stuff you don't like. Stuff that doesn't work. And trying out all these possibilities until the ones that you like settle. But that's not my experience with music and writing at all. Music and writing, there's definitely a correct way that it needs to be, and an incorrect way, and an artistically true way and an artistically false way. And that makes no sense to me for visuals. That statement I just said, it's like all the lines are just blurred with visuals for me. I can say, that's crappy, way over here, that end. And I'll say, ooh, I really like that, over here on that end. But everything in between is just kind of like, well, I guess it's good. I don't know. So other people can tell. I know they can tell because they go, oh, that one's pretty good, Eric. And I look at it next to the ones that they think are not very good, and I'm like, well, how is that? What is that? How is it that this one is better than that one? I don't understand. Nobody can explain it to me. Because of course not. It's art. I just don't have any instincts for that. Which is in keeping with my theory for the ENTP that we don't do that kind of shit very well. Because we're duration people. We have extroverted intuition. Everything requires a certain amount of duration for it to be sensible to us. However, some people are backwards. Freaking backwards people. Messing up my little theories. So, Nefertari and Chorry are backwards people. You are the backwards people. What's wrong with you and your backwardsness? Go forwards! And you can see it in Nefertari's description of her process. What happens when fucking vape things, man. Real cigarettes don't make me cough like vapes make me cough. That's why I think vaping is less healthy. As long as you're used to this. Nefertari's comment, and she talks about how fully untethered she is from SI in her critical thinking, which is fine. I want to stress, I'm fully untethered from SI in my critical thinking too. I refuse to consider past stuff in general as a reason to make any kind of decision. I'm much more interested in how the how a new combination of ideas can make the past irrelevant. That is my most interesting thing to me. It's the most interesting. If I could, I like black swans, things that render all the old ideas moot. That takes everybody's big pile of SI that they've got saved up to use for shit and just burns it to the ground. So, Nefertari, fuck SI, fuck the past, fuck data. You don't need data to win a debate. I'm with you on that, 100%. I haven't watched those videos yet. I am just responding to the comments. I'm interested. This is exciting to know that there's been some drama going on that doesn't necessarily mean that I did something that pissed somebody off. That's great. Zachary, thank you for pissing people off instead of me pissing people off. I appreciate that. I got you back though, Zach. Don't worry about it. I'm sure that he didn't do anything wrong at all. I think it's just, not everybody likes conflict. Nefertari, you seem cool with everything. I don't know. I mean, the comment. Again, I haven't watched any of it yet because I still haven't gotten past the commenting part.